Shares of Activision Blizzard down 10% on Friday after the video game maker announced it will be transferring the publishing rights of one of its franchise games to Bungie, the studio that produced it. Aaron, help me out here.
So this is meaningful and not great for Activision, but let me first back up a little bit and add some context. So 8 years or so ago, Bungie was thrilled to stop working with Microsoft. They were behind Halo, their games were huge, but they were disgruntled working for a larger organization that put pressures on them, and they wanted to move on. And when they did, Microsoft kept the rights to Halo. Bungie announced a new partnership, a 10-year partnership with Activision, in which the deal was that they'd launch 4 Destiny games with expansions. But as soon as they started operating, it was pretty much a struggle right out of the gate. And if we fast forward all these years through today, Bungie's now made 2 Destiny games with expansions, but there have been more issues and negative reactions than I think Activision wanted. And a lot of the narrative going on right now is that Activision is being too oppressive in its expectations. You see similar concerns thrown around with Electronic Arts and a lot of these other big publishers, just that they're putting pressure, making people disgruntled. And I think that we're seeing that with Blizzard, the Blizzard side of Activision too in some way, and recent executive changes there connect to this as well, I think. And that's not awesome. But I don't think that they're the only ones totally to blame there. And I think they need to be careful on how this plays out. But it's not 100% their fault. But whatever the case, the end result is that Bungie is paying Activision to cut their contract early and to take the rights to Destiny. I could totally... It was pretty predictable that Bungie would move on. What I didn't see happening was that they'd also take the rights to Destiny. And that leaves a decent-sized hole in Activision's portfolio of games. We don't know exactly the financial terms on that. So it will take time for Activision to fill that void, but I do think that they will, because they'll just reinvest in making new franchises.
I just need to know, are you a gamer, Aaron? Is that a thing that you do?
Yes.
I'd be proud of that.
I was just curious.
No, I've been following this stuff for a long time. It's super interesting. And I have played Destiny, but yeah, it wasn't that great. And here we are. They have improved, but it's showing now.
It wasn't that great, but apparently, as you said, it's great enough to
no asteroids
to be meaningful in terms of revenue for Activision Blizzard. And you look at, this is not the only split that Activision Blizzard has had in the last 6 months in terms of talent. When we think about brain drain, a lot of times it's in Silicon Valley, and it's an executive leaving Google to go to Facebook or vice versa. But it seems like Activision Blizzard really has a creative problem on their hands right now.
Yeah, I think some of that is overrated, because there always is talent leaving different studios to go elsewhere. But when I start to see it at the executive level, even their CFO recently left, I think maybe to go to Netflix even. I think it was Netflix.
I think so. Yeah.
That's when I start to think that there are bigger moving pieces that are problematic and need to be solved.